Welcome to the Wednesday review, a brief breakdown of the books I read this week. Up first was Savor. Sage has lived in Spoons, Oregon with the same people doing the same thing her whole life. But right now, she could really just use a win. After losing his job, Fisher Lang is a Michelin star chef with a chip on his shoulder. Now he's been asked to move across the country to get a new restaurant up and running. As fate would have it, Sage and Fisher are going to be neighbors for the summer. What starts as her just letting him feel useful turns into a failed fake dating scheme. Things get hot and heavy pretty quick. Will their time come to an end when the summer does, or can it be a year-round romance? The second book I read was How to End a Love Story. Helen and Grant haven't seen each other in over a decade. In fact, the last time they laid eyes on each other was at Helen's sister's funeral, where everyone was absolutely shocked by Grant's appearance because he was the one driving the car that killed her sister. All these years later, Helen is a New York Times bestselling author, and her book is being made into a TV series. Guess who's on the writing team? While being forced to work together, tensions are running high and they are rapidly approaching an explosive end. But will it be one of love or hate? While they explore what might be, they fight guilt, family expectations, and their shared traumatic past. They just want to know if they can put their complicated backstory behind them and make something beautiful out of their pain. My third book was Twice in a Blue Moon. A just out of high school Tate is on vacation in London when she happens to meet Sam, a 21-year-old, charming, handsome, charismatic farmer from Vermont. There's an instant spark between them. It turns into a flame and it burns bright, right up until it all blows up in Tate's face. 14 years later, Tate finds herself on location, ready to film the role she's sure will be her big break. There's only one problem. Sam, who broke her heart and disappeared all those years ago. He wrote the movie, and she had no idea. When she learns his truth of what happened, can she remain professional and complete the job? Can she forgive Sam and move to a place of reconciliation? My last book was Happy Medium. Gretchen comes from a long line of con artists. So when her wealthiest client sends her to cleanse a spirit from a farm that's preventing its sale to the tune of $10,000, she doesn't pass it up, even if her moral barometer is tracking more towards honesty and less conning. Shortly after her arrival, she finds herself face to face with a ghost. Unfortunately, Charlie, the owner of the farm, is already over her scamming ways and doesn't believe a word coming out of her mouth. With Gretchen being so good at making people believe her lies, surely convincing them of the truth won't be that much harder. That's it for this week's Wednesday review. I would love to hear what you're reading so I can add it to my TBR too.